Hello guys, and today we'll be learning how to make a FPS framework, or like an FPS game in this case. But yeah, so you're gonna wanna start off like this. I'm sorry, had a recording before, but here we can just retype this. So you're gonna type in local players. We're gonna get the players table. We're gonna get the this player's object. Yeah, this player's object, and then we're gonna get the player who's actually in that object. So we're typing players, not local player. You're on this won't work if you put this in a normal script. You're gonna have to put this inside something called a local script. You want to put it in starter character scripts, and then we're also gonna get the replicated storage. Type in game, get service, replicated storage. Okay, there we go. So we're not done with the framework script though. There's still a lot we need to type in. But anyways, let's start actually getting our view models ready. So here is a view model that I found off of the toolbox. If you want, you can create your own. I just got one off the toolbox. Although be careful though. Because sometimes things like these can have like viruses or scripts, and it can basically destroy your game. So be careful when you're looking out for models. This model, I checked it; it's good. So yeah, just name this to view model or something like that. Just if you want to, for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just gonna type in just view model, and that should be good. To also make it, yeah, that should be pretty good. Yeah. You can code in the animations, but to make this easier, to make this easier, we're gonna add a humanoid to this, and we can like make animations and then play them inside the model. But if you want, you can code in the animations. We might code in the animations too. Some of the animations will actually be coded during this tutorial. But yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna try to get this view model working. If you want to follow along with the tutorial, I recommend finding a view model that has like a humanoid and it's not just something like this. I thought this would work, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I don't know how to rig view models, so yeah, I don't really know how to make my own. But here, we'll use this. This actually seems okay. Yeah. If it's animatable, then you should get it, because that definitely means it has a humanoid and everything set up. So you can delete all this stuff. You can even delete the shirt. I don't really like it, in my opinion. But we can rename this to the model. Or we can make it maybe like arms or something. Yeah, but after you get a view model that's like, animatable, you want to check that by going to the animation editor and trying to animate with it. If it does this, then that definitely means it works. But if it's like giving an error or like a pop-up, then it's definitely not gonna work, because it can't be animatable. But if you want, you can like rotate these arms and code in the animations yourself. But in my opinion, it's just so much more easier if we just make the animation. Some of the animations will be coded depending on if they need depending if they need any arm rotations. If they need arm rotations, we might make them into an animation. But if it's just something simple, like just like rotating the view model like this way or like that way or something like that, then we can code those. Don't worry, it won't be a hard task. It'll actually be fairly easy by just adding other C-frames and offsets to this. So, yeah. Put that there, and you also want to put this arms thing into the into here, into the workspace. It's probably already there. Anyways, but anyways, once you got your arms model, you're going to want to add a gun to it. So like for every gun, there's going to be a view model. I know that might be annoying if there's like supposed to be multiple guns. So if you want, you can just like make it so like it kind of does that stuff for you, but it's a lot easier if we just make it. It's a lot easier to model if we just make them separate things. Plus, I haven't like tested or messed around with like automatically putting it into the hand, so that would kind of lose the point of the tutorial. But hopefully, you won't have too many guns unless this is gonna be some official shooter game. You're gonna have to change a few stuff there. But anyways, you're gonna want to look inside models, not meshes, but models. If you want, you can just get like mesh, just a mesh, and then put it inside the gun, which would be a lot easier. But if you want like things like bolt back or like mag reloading and all that, then I highly recommend you get a model. We're basically just getting the model of our gun right now. So we're gonna now a lot of guns called like just type in WB. But anyways, once you type that in, you get all these guns. Now you could use these to make your game, but they're tools, and there's definitely some stuff you need to mess around with. So and the whole point, the reason why we're getting these is to not just like use these, but to get their models. Now if you want, you can use the scripts and just use these in this case, but you know, if you know, sometimes these can have viruses. I'm pretty sure the creator of this wouldn't really put in viruses in them, but there are probably some other people who would recreate them and pretend they're like this this like little guy. So yeah. But anyways, we're going to. I don't really want a Glock, so I kind of actually want a Scar or something like that. Yeah, I want this. I like this model. Choose whatever you want. There's a lot to pick. So what you want to do is that you want to go inside this. You want to. Now, if you're using this for the framework, then don't delete anything. But if you want to use these guns to make your FPS game, then I don't deleting anything. But if you're using this for the framework, you should delete some stuff. You should delete some of the stuff I tell you. Now, if there's something called aim part inside the gun, I want you to delete that. If you don't think there is, just double check by going to the Explorer and then typing in aim part, like this. But if it isn't there, then you should be good. So delete that. You might want to delete fire part, but I think you might use that, so maybe not. You can get the effects in them if you want. I'm probably going to use these. I do have some effects that I've found in the toolbox before, but these guns do look pretty good, and I think it's mostly the effects that make them pretty good, so I'm going to keep it. So once you're going to want to go to all the parts. If you don't want to use these you want to go to all the parts, you want to group them, and this is basically going to be your gun model. I don't really know guns that well, and this kind of looks like a Scar, even though I know it's not, but I'm just going to call it Scar. Yeah, but if you know how guns work and all of that, and you know what the gun you're having is, then you should name it to the right thing, because it's going to be really confusing for people. I don't really know too many guns that well. There's all sorts of guns. I have no idea. I know Glocks exist, but yeah. Oh, two blocks glitched out. Well, we'll just close that out here, but here. So this is our Scar. Totally not it's M something. But anyways, you're gonna want to find like kind of like the part that's kind of in the middle, like the upper receiver or something like that. There's things like lower receiver, which I guess you could call the main part, but rename this to main part. I also recommend if there's any like spaces in your model, like if there's any like spaces and objects like the one I'm renaming right now, then put it like get rid of the space and make it like that, because it's gonna be real annoying if you're trying to use them for your framework. So yeah, just make sure there's no spaces, because it definitely might be. I'll just call this red dot. But after you've gotten all that nonsense out of the way, you want to click on the scar. You want to set its primary part to I guess the middle part. So where's that main part? Yeah, like make the primary part your main part. So now you're gonna set up. Now you gotta make the gun. You gotta put the gun into the arms. Now I don't exactly know how to make mag reloading. I actually kind of do, but if you want, you can. Now I completely recommend animations for this if you're using mag reloading. To make mag reloading, I believe you have to put like a motor 6D on the mag. So like, here I'll try that once we get the gun in the position. Here we'll put this like one, and we'll disable move, so it's a lot easier to move this around. We'll move that a bit. We'll put that to 10 maybe, actually. Okay, that's much better. Yeah, so things are a lot more exact now. Get rid of that, because we don't need to rotate again. To make mag reloading, what you need to do is you need to go inside the like the model. You want to click on the mag. You want to find the mag. So where's the mag here? Is that like a? Oh, no. Yeah, here. Look, there's a mag. I believe what you need to do, I'm not sure if this is what you need to do, but I believe you need to put a motor 6D on it. Motor 6D, I think you need to click on that. You need to set this to mag, and then set this to like right to like the arm that's like holding the gun. So to the that's definitely not what you do. Sort of, that's kind of what you do. Yeah, that was definitely. Yeah, but I do know it's something with the motor 6Ds and all that nonsense. So yeah. Oh, the gun is actually in its wrong position. So I'll put that here. Yeah, so it's something with the mag reloading, something with the mag. The last step is what you need to do is you need to select all the parts in the model. You need to click over here to create, make sure you're in model. On the top here, you want to click on create and then click on weld. Then you'll see most of your parts having like weld things like called weld constraints and all that confusing stuff. That just makes sure all the parts stick together. Also got to make sure that none of these are anchored, because I guarantee you probably at least some of them, well, yeah, all of them are anchored. If you want, you can make can collide, but that'll glitch some stuff, so make can collide turned off. Make sure all these actually have can collide off, because make sure they're not anchored and can collide off. I think you're supposed to turn can collide off on. I mean, I'm not sure. We'll see what you need to do. But after you get your view model, you're going to set the view model's primary part to part humanoid or humanoid group part or whatever. And you're going to rename this to Scar or whatever your gun is. Scar view model. So once you have that, all you gotta do is you just gotta insert another folder, name that to weapons or something. Rename that to weapons, put the scar view model into weapon. Boom. So inside the framework script, now I don't want this tutorial to be like a thousand times like a really long tutorial. Plus we spent like a lot of time just setting up our little view model. So we're just gonna get over the variables of this, and the video will be done. I'll probably upload this to YouTube or something. But anyways, we're gonna type in local mouse, and this will get the mouse, the player's mouse, which will be useful sometime later for the raycasting with the guns and the all that. You're just gonna need the mouse very soon. We're also gonna need some variables to keep track of what the weapon the player has, what inventory we need, you know, all that stuff. So we're gonna type in local weapon holding. So this is gonna be like the view model variable, but right now we don't have the view model. I mean, we have the view model, but like we have to do a lot more setup and just straight up setting it to replicated storage. So for now, just set this to nil. Just set this to nil because we got a lot to do other than just setting that to the replicated storage, the weapons and all that. So put weapon holding to nil. Type in local weapon in hand, which will be like the string of our weapon. For now, that'll just be whatever weapon you want. Just type in scar because, well, if your weapon is scar, just make sure that your weapon in hand is a string like this, and it's the first, and it's the name of your gun, and it's like the first word of your view model. Just make sure it's that. Just make sure it's like the first word of your view model with the exact like capitalization, spelling, and all that. So yeah. And then we're gonna also want to keep track of what the inventory slot the player is on. So a weapon on. This will just be 0 or 1, or in this case, I'll just set it to nil. We'll set that up a bit later. But anyways, we're gonna type in now local inventory or player inventory, and this is gonna be like their inventory list, which is gonna take care of all their items. We'll try to make it so you can fit any amount of weapons and items inside this player inventory table, but for now they'll just have one, which is the scar. So the player can only access the scar, and the player starts off with the scar. So yeah, definitely be some bugs through this tutorial. Definitely. We're also gonna forgot this. We're gonna type in run service here. We will need to be able to make new variables during the episodes. So please do note this is not all what we need. We definitely need a lot more. We actually need another folder. And this will just contain settings for the guns. I'll just insert module script into here. There we go. Just rename this to scar settings, and just make this blank for now, and go back to the framework. Include another list. Modules, module settings, and this will be game dot replicated storage dot settings dot scar settings. We'll actually set that to a variable. Scar settings. So yeah. We're also going to need some stuff like a walking C-frame, which we'll use for the walking animation, because it's literally just a simple rotation. But if you want, you can make it an actual like animation thing, like like you can actually like animate it in the workspace. But this video has been getting actually I'm not sure how this video is long, but I'm pretty sure it's very long, and most of you just want to be done. So I'm pretty sure we should end the video off here. But bye guys, and I'll see you in the next video.